Hello, Libra. So we are doing a new moon reading for you. This is for the new moon in Pisces. New moons are all about setting your intention, creating something new for yourself, right? But with the Pisces new moon combination, you're also being asked to release things that are not in your highest good. So we're going to pull some cards to get an idea of what that is. And hopefully it will provide you some clarity as you're moving through the energies of the Pisces new moon. So Four of Pentacles at the bottom of your deck with the Chariot, Ace of Swords in the reverse for what is come to an end. So this to me is a period of confusion, right? Perhaps you weren't trusting your intuition or you weren't listening to good advice. This is the energy of seeing something, but maybe not wanting to believe it or not wanting to actually see it and integrate it into your life. It's just kind of like it's there, but you don't really want to do anything about it. It's time for that to come to an end, okay? As I'm looking into what you should be doing now, you got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So if you're having trouble, because it looks like whatever this is pertaining to is going to be something that comes to an end if you stop ignoring it, right? It's literally like coming to a place where you can no longer pretend like whatever this is isn't happening or it's not as bad as it is, right? With this Knight of Swords in the reverse, this is you figuring out why you would rather ignore the situation than to do something about it, okay? You may have to address how this makes you feel. Like, for example, say you have a family member who always makes like really negative comments about a certain group of people, right? And that's just how you grew up. And even if you don't feel that way, that's just who your uncle is, right? You may be seeing now, if you're dating someone that falls in that category, that your uncle is like abusing that person verbally. And you have to come to the realization of like, wow, my uncle is prejudiced against this group of people. Now, how do I feel about that? What does that mean for my family? What does that mean moving forward? How do I deal with family functions? How does this change my perspective about my family and the fact that people knew this and didn't do anything about it? You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like this whole slippery slope of like, once you accept the situation, there's ramifications, right? It's not just something that you're like, oh, okay. It actually affects you in a way that you're going to have to take some sort of action to terminate something, okay? What I'll say about that is that spirit is actually showing you whatever this is because you're supposed to be releasing it. But I feel like it's going to have a really big effect on your life. And so there's a hesitation to do so, right? So that's something that you should be addressing under this new moon energy is kind of like what's keeping you from integrating this into your life. You know, if this isn't like the example I gave, this could even be a lesson, right? In what ways are you choosing to remain ignorant even though you've gotten the information? Okay, 10 of Wands in the reverse for what tool is at your disposal to help you, what blessings the new moon is bringing to be able to assist you in dealing with these energies. So this is a cycle, right? This isn't something that's just happened once. This is something that's been happening for a long time. What I'm seeing here is that you're a very resilient person. You know, like for some of you, you've been dealing with a partner who says like really negative stuff, and you're just coming to the realization like, whoa, this is abuse. You get what I mean? It's kind of something like that. But what I'll say is that you're very, very strong with what I'm seeing here. And this is actually giving you an opportunity to reinvent your life or yourself in some way, okay? So even though this may feel very hard or it might feel like an uphill battle, like, oh my gosh, all the things that'll come from me having to move out of my house because I realize that the things my partner says are narcissistic or psychologically damaging, just an example. This is actually going to work out for you in the long run, even though you'll feel really tired. This is going to open up a lot of new doors for you. Now, for some of you, this situation is very, very similar to something you've experienced in your past because I'm seeing that you may have dealt with something like this before, Okay, some of you have already gone through this where you had to like make a drastic change in who you're dealing with or where you are, where you're living, that kind of thing, right? So Spirit is saying like, hey, if you remember back when this happened before, you felt like you would never be the same, you felt like you'd never be okay, and you got through it, right? There's something about this energy where it doesn't necessarily have to be from this person, but it's like something that you've already experienced. So you do know how to deal with this. I feel like you just don't want to, okay? This could be work, family, home, love, whatever. Let me get you an oracle card. Moon in Aquarius. The time is ripe for celebrating life. Make the most of parties, gatherings, and other social opportunities. Ooh, Moon Totem. Owl, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. That's kind of what I was talking about, and for some of you, this isn't external. Maybe this is something that you're doing that is sabotaging you, right? Or damaging you. And it's time to really see, like, in what ways am I practicing like risky behavior, or being irresponsible, right? Because that Knight of Swords in the reverse is somebody who has a tendency to kind of put themselves in bad situations. So it could be that there's like red flags that you're ignoring, right? So try to think about last time you ignored red flags, what happened there? You got work through your fears, new moon and Scorpio. So whatever you're fearing, whenever you're ignoring this, I'm going to tell you right now, you will be okay. You know what I mean? Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And that's what I'm kind of picking up on with that 10 of Wands in the reverse. Whatever this situation is that needs to be released, it could even be like an idea about you or yourself or how or what you deserve or who you are, right? There's something that's actually stopping you from being happy or reaching your full potential, okay? This is something that it's like necessary to get rid of because it's too heavy. It's kind of like if you have a hot air balloon and you're trying to ascend to a higher level, but you have too much weight, okay? So just stay optimistic. This is necessary for your soul's growth, for you to either get rid of this idea or this job or this person. You also got emotions are running high, supermoon. So if you could try to detach your emotions from this, I think you'll see that it really is in your best interest to let this go. All right, Libra, good luck with this. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for all of you, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.